Do you watch GB News? Well, you might be surprised to know that GB News isn't British and shouldn't actually be classed as a news channel. So the name's a little bit misleading, isn't it? This supposedly patriotic British channel is owned by Australians, managed by New Zealanders, and based in Dubai, which is a tax haven. So they wouldn't have to pay tax in the UK even if they made money. But they don't make money. In fact, they're running at a massive loss. Now, why would that be? Well, it's because the people who own it are mega rich, so it's worth them pumping money into it to allow them to use it as a mouthpiece for the kind of policies that will keep them mega rich. So, why do I say it shouldn't be classed as a news channel? Well, one of the criteria of a news channel in the UK is that it's unbiased, and one of the rules that help with that are that MPs can be interviewed, but can't do the interviewing. Think about it, you've never seen this on any other news channel. But GB News have Tory MPs Jacob Rees-Mogg, Esther McVeigh, and Lee Anderson, the deputy chairman of the Tory party, presenting their own shows. It's basically a propaganda machine for Tory policy, what Fox News in America was for Donald Trump. And so, what about the regulator, Ofcom? Why aren't they doing anything about it? Well, there are 5 investigations pending, but of course, the easiest thing would be for Rishi Sunak to get his MPs to abide by the rules. So, don't hold your breath. A really good example of the political bias at GB News is one of their presenters, Dan Wootton. Remember all the fuss and front page headlines about Philip Schofield and more recently Hugh Edwards? Lee Anderson called the BBC a safe haven for perverts, and GB News presenters, along with much of the right wing press, were calling for it to be defunded. Well, recently Byline Times, who are a real investigative journalist organisation, published details that Dan Wootton created fake identities to get colleagues to send him compromising images. Sound familiar? Where are the endless front pages calling for his resignation? Where are the MPs calling for an investigation? Nowhere you'll have heard. Even if one of them does raise the issue, it's shut down and not reported. Dan Wootton, who's a millionaire, has even started a crowdfunder to pay for his legal expenses and claimed his innocence in a face-the-screen performance on GB News with no chance for the allegations to be presented. Just his self-serving self-pity. To be fair to them, the Daily Mail has sacked Dan Wootton. But if you're losing out on the moral high ground to the Daily Mail, you've got a real problem.